1 in 3 adults feels lonely right now. Your brain does not read that as sadness. It reads it as a 5-alarm emergency. Chronic loneliness damages your body about as much as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, and almost nobody treats it that way. 200,000 years ago, being alone did not mean a quiet weekend. It meant no one watching your back. A human alone on the savannah was a human close to death, with no help gathering food or fighting off predators. So evolution built an alarm. Hunger says eat, thirst says drink, loneliness says get back to the group immediately. That alarm still runs inside you today, fighting a war that ended thousands of years ago, and it is starting to backfire. When you feel lonely, cortisol rises, and your brain shifts into the same threat state as being stalked by a predator. Your immune system gets placed on high alert because an isolated ancestor was more likely to get hurt and need to heal. That system kept your ancestors alive, but the thing chasing you today is a quiet group chat, not a lion. So what actually happens inside a body running that emergency signal for months or years instead of one bad night? Scientists pooled data from over 300,000 people and found something brutal. Weak connection raises early death risk by 29%. That number sits right next to obesity and heavy drinking on the list of things quietly shortening human lives. Here is the backfire. Lonely bodies shift their immune system toward healing wounds and away from fighting off viruses. That shift made sense when isolation usually meant a recent injury. It makes far less sense when isolation means a new city. Chronically lonely people show higher blood pressure, worse sleep, and inflammation levels that keep climbing instead of settling down. Their telomeres, the protective caps on our DNA, wear down faster too, as if the body is aging. Fast forward. Your body, in other words, is still preparing for a war that ended a very long time ago. And you are Gobaifos and a Cites edid mola and a turndition for in had. You would think this problem shrinks as the world gets more connected. Instead, it has been quietly getting worse. Humans have never been more connected. You can video call someone on another continent for free before breakfast. And yet loneliness keeps climbing fastest among the most digitally connected generation in history, for a reason that has nothing to do with screens. Researchers found human bonds sit in layers. 1 or 2 people you trust completely, a handful of close friends, then wider circles. What protects your health is not your contact list size. It is whether that innermost layer is actually full. Scrolling past 400 updates can feel social. Your stress hormones, unfortunately, are not fooled by the feeling. Loneliness does something crueler than making you sad. It quietly rewires how you read the person standing right in front of you. Lonely brains grow more alert for rejection, more likely to read a neutral face as unfriendly or annoyed. That caution makes you quieter and slower to reach out, producing the exact isolation the alarm was trying to prevent. The fix is smaller than you think. 5 minutes talking to a barrister measurably lifts your mood and lowers the alarm. One repeated thing, a weekly class, a standing call, does more for this system than a dozen scattered nights out. The universe will never notice if you call back. That ancient alarm in your chest was never asking the universe. It was asking you. That is the story your biology has been telling for 300,000 years, and it is not finished yet.